This video is rated 18, suitable only for persons of 18 and over.
I have you.
Hello YouTube, LJ Draco here. Yes, so I am back with another video, and as you can tell, it is another Blu-ray shelf. Oh my gosh, I've got like 2 of the normal shelves left, and then I've got my Arrow, Scream Factory and horror shelf to do. It's gonna be fun. Very fucking fun. Yeah, so these videos kind of drain me a little bit, but they're worth it in the end. Once they're done, so woohoo! Yay for me! Right, so I'm not going to talk about these as much as I did the last video, because the last video was really long and I couldn't upload it. So hopefully I'm just going to go through the titles. If I come across like 1 or 2 titles that I really want to talk about, then I might for a couple of minutes. But at the moment I'm just going to flicker through them. So, Matrix. Matrix Reloaded, Matrix Revelations. Only really a fan of Matrix and Animatrix, not really the others. Men in Black. Men in Black 2, my personal favourite really. Men in Black 3 was okay, but not that great. I don't own the new one and I don't ever really plan to. Meet the Spartans, a great take the piss out of 300. My only 2 Shout Factory titles, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and Power Rangers Turbo. Great old, like, nostalgia films for me. Power Rangers. Now I know you're probably thinking, like, they're my M's, so why is Turbo? And it's because, you know, they all go together. Sets go together all the time. Mirror Mirror, a film I've heard of but never seen. Minority Report, a film I've been talked about watching and I've never did. Movies I never thought that I would own or have interest in actually watching. Mission Impossible, Mission Impossible 2, Mission Impossible 3, Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, Rogue Nation, and is it Rogue Nation? And Fallout. So them ones there, making sure they don't fall. Right. Money Monster, great film that I didn't expect to enjoy. Monkey Bone, very unrated Brendan Fraser movie. I need to get Bedazzled. I hope Bedazzled exists. Moulin Rouge, my favourite musical of all time and my favourite movie of all time. Is anyone who knows me. Murder on the Orient Express, an actual really good murder mystery film. Mutant Chronicles, I've watched this once and it was really enjoyable. You've got Thomas Jane and Ron Perlman and John Malkovich. Really fun film, but I do need to revisit it. Never Ending Story, great children's classic movie. I recommend anyone who hasn't seen this to watch this, because this shows that kids' fantasy is the best place to escape to and the scariest. Night at the Museum, a film that I find really enjoyable. Night at the Museum 2, technically it's actually, to me it's a great sequel. I actually like it. Third one, a little bit weaker but still okay. The Night Before, I've not watched this, but this was recommended to me by my friend Sasha. Sorry about the glare, by the way. There's nothing I can really do. I've got the sun. Let me see if I turn my lights off, if that makes a difference, but to be honest, it's mostly the sun. The lights ain't doing nothing. North by Northwest. Now You See Me. No Escape, a great action movie with Owen Wilson and Pierce Brosnan. Really good movie. Really enjoyed that. Observe and Report. Funny film. The Other Guys, another funny film. Another great children's fantasy movie. Definitely watch this alongside Never Ending Story and Indian in the Cupboard. Page Master with Macaulay Culkin. Pan's Labyrinth. I like Guillermo del Toro, but I hated this movie with such a passion. I don't ever see myself watching this again. I really don't like this film. I have my reasons. My reasons are valid. Parental Guidance, a freaking hilarious film with Billy Crystal and Bette Midler. Then we have Planet of the Apes, Beneath the Planet of the Apes, Escape from the Planet of the Apes, Conquest for Planet of the Apes, Battle for Planet of the Apes, Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes, which I enjoyed. I don't see why everyone hates it so much. It's not a great film, but it's not bad either. It's actually quite enjoyable. But the better remake, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, which I freaking love, and Dawn for the Planet of the Apes, which is amazing. I do have War for the Planet of the Apes, but it is in my 3D section, and I still say the 3D to that is freaking amazing. I love the 3D to this, which I know my friend Sasha's got an opinion on because he said it's the worst, but for me, it's the other way round. Dawn for the Planet of the Apes had no 3D, whereas War has great 3D. I recommend that one. Platoon, a film that my friend Sasha gave me, but I've not watched it yet, and I will soon. Point Break, I got from a charity shop. I hear nothing but great things about this due to FlickPick. He goes on about it like crazy. In my opinion, again, another great movie done by Robin Williams. Patch Adams, a lot of people hate this movie, including the guy this movie is kind of based on, said it was a very terrible impression of him. Do you know what? I say fuck that guy. I love this movie. I mean, I wouldn't even know who that guy is if it weren't for him doing this movie and making him seem like such a great bloke. So yeah, Paul, hilarious film. Pineapple Express, I really didn't like this film, but my friend Sasha said give it another watch, so I got it to do that. Police Academy 1 and 2. Police Academy 5 and 6, and I do have 7. Now, the reason I'm only missing 3 and 4 is because I actually bought 5, 6 and 7 from a charity basket from my local store where you donate as much money as possible and you could pick any kind of like films from this basket. These were a couple of the titles. So I'm not so upset about not having 3 and 4 because these were just the ones that were there and I was helping a cause. No, it was for a little girl who was sick. So it doesn't matter what you got from the basket as long as, you know, you donated something, you know. So yeah. So another film Sasha sent me. I did put another film he sent me in this case so I don't lose the disc. But he sent me Hong Kong Rescue's Police Story. So I've got Police Story and another film which is Armour of God. I'll put that in there just to keep it safe. Porky's, one of the best American high school stories ever. Arrow have done a release of this, which is really strange that Arrow did a release of this in the UK. But if you haven't seen this, it's one of the most raunchiest, rudest, crudest, but hilariously done movies. It's got to be at least in my top 20 favorite films of all time. Freaking hilarious. The sequel's even better. The Raid, really fun action movie. Enjoyed the crap out of this. The Raid 2, which I've not seen, but I look forward to watching it. Real Steel, actually a really enjoyable Hugh Jackman movie about boxing robots. And then the last film is another film that my friend sent me. Sasha is Rescue Dawn, which I've not seen, not heard of, but we'll watch it at some point. Oh, that's the quickest I've ever gotten through a shelf. Wow. Hopefully other shelves will be as fast as that, because it'll be so much easier for me if that's the case. Anyway, that is the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope there's some titles amongst all these that you think you might want and you might want to pick up. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know if you still want me to keep making these. I'm almost done now. Technically, in total, I've technically got about like 5 shelves left to show. And once that's done, then the collection is done, and then it will just be further updates longer in the future. So take care, you wonderful, wonderful people, and I shall see you next time. Bye-bye!